There is no boundary between you and the silence. Have you ever really listened to silence? Not tried to create it, not tried to stop your thoughts, just listened. Maybe right now, as you are watching this video, you can notice the silence that is already here. And of course, the maybe sounds around you, maybe even traffic outside your bedroom, maybe someone is talking in another room. Maybe you can hear the nature, the wind, birds, or simply the sound of my voice. But please notice something. All these sounds appear in silence. And when a sound disappears, the silence remains. We usually think of silence as the absence of sounds. But what if silence is much more than that? What if silence is actually very close to what you really are? Most of the time, we are completely involved in our thoughts. And this is absolutely normal. There is always a story. There is always a story what happened yesterday, what somebody said to us, what we need to do tomorrow, or maybe what we want to achieve, what we are afraid of, etc., etc. And because these thoughts are so constant, we start to believe that this voice in our head, this is who we are. But is it true? In this video, I hope you will have a chance to look differently, to contradict what you've already believed. Take a look that you are aware of all your thoughts. A thought appears, it stays for a while, and then it disappears. Another one comes, and that one disappears too. But you are still here, no matter what. No matter what is going through your mind, no matter what kind of experience you've got, you are always still here. So perhaps you can't be the thoughts that come and go. Perhaps you are that which is aware of all of them, of all your experience. And now, notice the silence again. But don't try to create it. Don't try to work for it. You even don't have to meditate for several years to find it. Just look that the silence is already here, right now. And even when there is noise, even when there is complete chaos, silence is here beneath it. Even when there are strong emotions, beneath them there is silence. And everything you can point at appears within it. And the same is true about awareness. You don't have to create awareness. You don't wake up in the morning and decide, okay, so now I need to become aware. No, awareness is already present before even you think about it. Thoughts appear in it, feelings, sensations. The whole world appears in it. And when we look very closely, can we actually find a boundary between this awareness and silence? Aren't they just the same thing? Now you can try and find this line. Where is the line? Where is the boundary between awareness and silence? And you may discover that there isn't one. So there is no you sitting somewhere inside your body, listening to silence, as if silence were something separate from you. There is simply this open presence, this knowing, silence, and everything is happening within it. And this is why, for me, silence is not empty. It is incredibly alive. We often think that we need something to happen in order to feel alive, that we need excitement, a new experience, a new relationship, a new goal. We need something to think about, something to achieve. But beneath all of that activity, there is something extraordinary simple. Just being. Just being. And being doesn't make any noise. You can check it now. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't say, look at me, here I am. No, it is simply here. Before your next thought, during it, and after the thought. Sometimes people say, I can't find peace because my mind is very, very busy. I would like to meditate, but I just can't. But perhaps peace doesn't require a quiet mind. And you can imagine the sky during the storm. There may be dark clouds, there may be rain, maybe even a thunder, but the sky itself is not damaged by anything. The storm appears and eventually passes. And the same is with our thoughts and emotions. They can be very intense. They can be very uncomfortable. Sometimes you can feel overwhelmed. But they appear only for a moment. Of course, sometimes it can last longer. But finally, they all disappear. They appear and disappear in something what is very, very stable, safe, and calm. And maybe this is you. Maybe this is what you are in your core. So, in this film, my advice is, don't try to stop your thoughts. Don't try to become silent. Don't try to reach some special spiritual state. Simply notice what is already here. Notice the space between the thoughts. Notice the silence behind sounds. And notice the quiet present that is aware of this moment. And you can ask yourself, is the silence, or in other words, is this awareness, is God separate from me? And don't answer with your mind. Don't answer with your knowledge. Maybe what you have been searching for has never been somewhere else. Maybe the peace you are looking for is not something you need to achieve. Maybe it is simply what remains when, for one moment, maybe even 1 second, you stop trying to become something, someone. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for being here. And have the most beautiful day. Bye bye.